Yeah, you had to go on your little menopause break and postpone the fight, so yeah. What about that, dog? I was ready before. You needed a little break. Your tummy hurt? Your tummy hurt still?
I feel a lot better now. I feel a lot better.
Were you truly sick, or were you a little nervous about getting in the ring with Jake Paul?
I was terrified.
I brought this deal to this old-ass motherfucker. We signed the contract with Netflix, and I brought him the deal. So, you're welcome, my son. I'm gonna discipline you like a son. So shut the fuck up with all that need this, need that. We brought you the deal, and remember that too.
The stark age disparity between the two is hard to overlook. Despite the seemingly mismatched nature of the bout, the boxing community is abuzz with anticipation, viewing it as a potential wake-up call for the YouTube sensation turned fighter. Yet, there are some lingering concerns about the fight's viability. However, Joe Rogan is confident that Tyson will deliver a crushing blow to Paul. According to Rogan, Jake Paul, despite his youth and burgeoning boxing career, pales in comparison to Mike Tyson. The multi-million-dollar podcaster asserts that even though Tyson is now older, his knockout power remains formidable enough to defeat any challenger who crosses his path.
There's not a fucking chance in hell that Jake Paul would survive against the Mike Tyson that beat Marvis Frazier. You ever watch that fight?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Tyson fight, because that was Mike Tyson before he won the title. It was ABC Wide World of Sports, and Joe Frazier had been talking shit about Tyson, that if he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson. And so he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution. It was an execution.
In discussing the Tyson versus Paul fight, Rogan remarked that he did not care about Tyson's age of 58, emphasizing that he was still Mike Tyson. He noted that Tyson trains with Rafael Cordero, a legendary figure in MMA, and the head of King's Mixed Martial Arts. According to Rogan, Rafael is a world-renowned trainer, and seeing him hold the mitts for Tyson while Tyson delivers powerful strikes demonstrates that Tyson still has the ability to inflict serious damage.
In his prime, where he was fucking terrifying. He was so fast, and he would do angles, and he was bobbing and weaving. You couldn't hit him, and he was just coming at you. And he was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody fucks with him. It just, he didn't maintain that form, and he wound up losing to Buster Douglas. And, you know, I look at fighters when they're in their absolute prime.
Rogan further added that in today's world of hormone replacement and advanced vitamins, Tyson benefits from various recovery techniques, including electrical muscle stimulation. He mentioned that during Tyson's preparation for the Roy Jones fight, they employed state-of-the-art science. Rogan asserted that despite Tyson's age of 58, he remains capable of causing significant harm. He suggested that if Jake Paul were to face Tyson in the ring and witness Tyson's bobbing and weaving, he would have a moment of realization, thinking to himself, oh my God, that's really Mike Tyson.
Lost everything.
Yeah.
If you see him hit those pads,
absolutely,
he has not lost everything.
But he's lost some, but coming from the best,
yeah,
he's now like maybe just normal, right?
He's still not normal, but he's still like a professional heavyweight boxer. He's still terrifying.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying even coming off the best, I still think he wins. Coming off,
it's hard to say because you never bet against a 27-year-old
I get it.
Fighting a 58-year-old.
What I have in my brain and I can't get out is that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
it's also his mind. You know, like Mike Tyson's mind has switched over into war. Like he was doing this interview, and someone said to him, he goes, you look like you're in your 20s. Like, what are you doing? He goes, I just eat raw meat. Because I'm eating raw meat. He goes, you're eating raw meat? He goes, yeah, I'm eating raw meat. He goes, because that's what I'm going to eat when I fight. I'm going to eat him. It's raw meat.
Yeah, see,
I was like, Jesus Christ, he's in this fucking mode. He's in that God of War mode, and that he's still got that in him. And I'm telling you, if you keep giving that guy hormones and you keep giving that guy supplements and he's constantly training.
On the other hand, ever since Jake Paul entered the world of professional boxing, whispers of steroid use have followed him. Now, with his highly anticipated bout against Mike Tyson on the horizon, medical experts are stepping into the conversation. Moreover, numerous fight fans have voiced their disapproval of Jake's decision to take on Tyson in the first place. The combat sports community, in particular, has expressed concern for Iron Mike, questioning the wisdom of him stepping into the ring at this point in his life, given his current health. Another element in the mix, hinted at by former MMA fighter Dylan Danis, is the possibility that Paul is using steroids. On August 6th, Danis shared a photo of a visibly acne-covered Jake, captioning it, "Steroids are bad, kids." New York-based physician Dr. Stuart Fisher said the photo is definitely suspicious. Fisher told the Daily Mail that steroid use can deteriorate the skin's integrity, making it more susceptible to damage, while also triggering hormonal imbalances that may result in acne and hair loss. Sports performance nutritionist Tom Coughlin also chimed in, noting that the problem child would certainly have a reason to use steroids and improve his performance, using his TKO win against Mike Perry as an example. He's certainly not, I suppose, put under the same sort of scrutiny as a professional athlete would when it comes to that, he added. But neither expert thinks the picture is a smoking gun, and they have no way of conclusively determining whether Jake is using steroids without first testing him. Over the years, Jake's purported steroid use has gained a lot of attention. Former UFC fighter Nate Diaz even accused Jake of using steroids in 2023. In an embarrassing lie detector test footage from June, his brother Logan Paul even questioned him about the allegations. While hooked up to the lie detector, Logan asked Jake if he was on performance-enhancing drugs, to which the boxer responded, "If taking Viagra counts, then yes, it's performance-enhancing, brother." After Paul gave a straightforward no, the test proctor concluded he was telling the truth. It has been suggested to Mike Tyson that his best opportunity of taking out Jake Paul may lie in the 2-minute rounds. The bout between Tyson and Paul is set to be a professional match, though it will feature 6 2-minute rounds rather than the customary 3. Despite being 58 and 30 years older than Paul, former world champion Timothy Bradley is confident Tyson still has the knockout power to make an impact. Bradley said, "Mike Tyson, knock his ass, baby." At first I thought about it, I was like, this is kind of crazy, but then I saw the rules. It said knockouts, knockdowns, it's official, it can happen. 2 minutes, that's going to favor Mike Tyson. 2 minutes instead of 3, no doubt about it. Think about it, a 2-minute drill. He comes out in the first 4 rounds like he's always blazing, he further added. Mike Tyson, getting him against the ropes, banging him to the body, hitting him with power shots. Come on, man. He has the potential to knock this man out. You know that power is the last thing that leaves you. This is Mike Tyson we're talking about. 2 minutes, that's all it takes. He can get the knockout. Knock Disney Boy the hell out. Paul asserted that it was Tyson who insisted on making the fight count toward their official records. Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight champion, hasn't competed professionally since retiring on his stool after 5 rounds with Kevin McBride in 2005. However, he did step back into the ring for an exhibition match against fellow legend Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, which ended in a draw. Mike Tyson wanted it to be a pro fight. Netflix wanted it to be a pro fight, so I agreed to make it a pro fight. Winner takes all, Paul said, after the bout was officially announced, while Tyson added, "Yes, it's a real fight with Jake Paul." UFC star Michael Chandler hopes Mike Tyson can take out Jake Paul. The bout between Paul and Tyson was initially set for July 20th, but Tyson's preparations were hampered by an ulcer flare-up, so it was postponed. Although the fight date has been moved to November 15th, there are still doubts about Tyson's performance because he and Paul are 30 years apart in age. Nevertheless, Chandler anticipates an entertaining bout in Dallas's A&T Stadium despite its shortcomings. Jake Paul fought Mike Perry, who he outweighed by 20 pounds or so and had 4 inches of height on. And now it's Mike Tyson, who is 30 years older. Mike Tyson's about 60 and Jake's about 30, Chandler told Lucky Block. As for Chandler's future in combat sports, his next UFC fight remains uncertain. Dana White recently confirmed that a potential matchup with Conor McGregor won't happen in 2024, leaving Chandler's upcoming bout without a set date. He further added, "I love Mike Tyson. Nobody wants to see Mike Tyson get knocked out, but everybody wants to see Mike Tyson catch Jake Paul and knock him out. So I mean, you're gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. It's great for fun. Not taking boxing seriously, if you will. Fight night, and I'll probably watch it." Renowned multi-weight world champion Roy Jones Jr. has issued a stern caution to Jake Paul regarding the formidable challenge he faces in stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson. Despite his age, Jones, who last squared off against Tyson in their 2020 exhibition dubbed Lockdown Knockdown, recalls with striking clarity the raw power Tyson continues to wield. When asked about the fight in an interview with Shane Mosley, Jones answered without delay to name Tyson as the toughest hitter he had ever come across. Jones said, "Mike Tyson is still the strongest puncher that I've ever been in the ring with, ever. Now I think he's 57, maybe 58. weight, yet he's still the strongest puncher. The first time he hit me on my chin, I felt like a mule had kicked me in my chest. Although the bout was officially declared a draw, numerous viewers and punch statistics suggested Tyson emerged as the victor. The event was highly praised, showcasing that thrilling encounters between retired fighters can still captivate audiences without tarnishing their legacies. Jones's remarks carry significant impact, especially with Jake Paul set to face Tyson in a professional bout this November. The substantial 30-year age gap between Paul and Tyson has led to considerable backlash, especially since the fight will feature less stringent rules. Despite the criticism, Paul has pledged to bulk up for the match, a strategy Jones endorses as necessary, but not flawless. Jones commented, "If he's at 230, that can make it very interesting. Jake's not going to fight close, and he can't stay away from him because Mike will close the gap too quickly. I thought I could stay away from him. I couldn't, and I know I'm better at staying away from people than Jake is." Jones also warned that Paul's added strength might not be enough to keep Tyson at bay. Recognizing this, Jake decided to put on extra weight, understanding that maintaining distance would be challenging. While he might not be able to avoid Tyson entirely, he hopes his increased muscle mass will be enough to push him back and keep him at a distance. Jones dismissed the question about whether Tyson's age would slow him down or if Paul's youth would give him an edge. Such considerations don't quite capture the reality of the match. The strategy is sound if you can force Tyson to retreat, especially since he's less effective moving backward than he is advancing. Still, you've never faced a punch quite like his, so we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. As the combat prepares, Jones's observations add even more intrigue to the eagerly anticipated encounter. Meanwhile, footage has surfaced showing sparring sessions between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, providing fans with a rare insight into the training routines and fighting styles of both fighters. Tyson's performance in the sparring session was nothing short of exceptional. Despite his age, he showcased that his skills, power, and ring intelligence are still sharp. His agility, ability to land powerful punches, and maintain a high tempo throughout the rounds clearly demonstrated that he remains a formidable presence in the ring. The sparring sessions between Tyson and Paul have heightened the excitement for their upcoming official fight. Fans are now more eager than ever to witness these two athletes go head-to-head in a professional match. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.